What was each and every one of our estimation of a score? Mine is way off.
I said 348, so that's a lot.
I said 350.
I went with 323, I remember.
323. All of us have gotten our estimates way off the mark because England, you may say, have been restricted to 282 for 9 against New Zealand in the first ODI World Cup match in Ahmedabad. Okay?
Yeah.
Matt Henry, I mean, take a bow, 3 for 48, brilliant spell of bowling, backed up by Mitchell Santner, 2 for 37. But the surprise element, Glenn Phillips, 2 wickets for 17 runs, and okay, Rachin Ravindra got hit for plenty of runs, but I think he will kind of make it up with the bat as well. Trent Boult, 1 wicket, Joe Root, the only guy with 77. The rest of the England batting, okay, you can credit the lower order for ensuring that they got to 282. But man, did we expect that kind of bowling performance from New Zealand, or do you think England just didn't step up?
I think we did expect that from New Zealand because we knew they had good bowlers in them. And the fact that 4 out of 6 bowlers were bowling with such an incredible economy, I think that's proof enough of how good they are.
Yep. 2 for 17. I think this guy made the difference along with Matt Henry. 3 for 48, and even in the power play, the way how he was bowling, the swing that he was getting, the accuracy that he was getting. Middle, you thought that okay, maybe Joss Butler and Joe Root, they would actually get England to a good total. But in the end, when they fell, New Zealand clawed their way back, and that's why 282 for 9.
He was, by the way, 2 for 9 by the end of the 2 overs that he'd bowled, the first 2 overs. Third over, he ended up conceding 8 runs, if I'm not wrong. So he's finished with 17 for 2 in 3 overs. But credit to him here, he was making the ball talk. It wasn't just that, he wasn't getting anything out of the ball. He was making the ball do some talking. And this, by the way, what we have managed to know is that this isn't a conventional Ahmedabad pitch. This isn't quite the batting paradise we thought it would be, because it did have some grip to offer for the spinners. On an occasion or two, we saw the ball skid a bit as well. It wasn't easy over there to just go there and start going, bang bang. You can't do that. You couldn't do it. And if England couldn't do it, by the way, most teams will then struggle if it is to stay this way.
I mean, yes, I agree with Harshad. The pitch today did not look like the normal Ahmedabad pitches that you would get in IPL or the last time that we played at the test match. That was an absolute fighter, but compared to this, that looks like a completely different pitch.
Yeah, I mean, look at it. 30 overs, the fag end of the 30 overs, wherein you are expected to score at 6.57 runs. At that time, the economy rate was just 5.8. 58, 58. 59, that's it. Nobody could go and accelerate, which means as the game progresses, run scoring could become slightly difficult if the dew factor does not come in. But I'll devote this one particular mid-innings to Matt Henry. I mean, let us all remember the fact that in 2019,
I was coming to that.
2019 ICC World Cup semi-final. Who was the individual who caused the maximum damage?
Wrecker in chief?
Matt Henry. Matt Henry got the wicket of Rohit Sharma, KL Rahul, Dinesh Karthik. 3 overs, 3 wickets, plus Boult had gotten Kohli. 4 for 24. India were never going to come back from that situation. And every single time when you look at Matt Henry, in these kind of conditions, he is actually such a useful bowler.
But Siddharth, you were playing at Lord's. It had
Old Trafford.
At Old Trafford. I had Old Trafford in my mind and ended up saying Lord's. But you were playing in those conditions which usually do assist pace bowling. Here, in these sunny conditions, by the way, to be able to do what he did today and to be so economical is credit to the bowler that he is. And at times we've seen he doesn't even make it to the top 3, because if you've got Tim Southee who's fit and firing, then he doesn't make it to the side quite often.
Yep. But look at Matt Henry and his contributions in Asia. Asia, which is very, very tough for fast bowlers, he actually does very well there. I think 1 or 2 of his 5-wicket hauls have come in the UAE, for that matter. So, Matt Henry, he has a kind of a Shane Bond-like action. I mean, about 15-20 kilometers slower than Bond, but boy, when he is accurate, can he be accurate? And 3 for 48. Yet again showing that yes, if Saudi is in, Ferguson is in, Matt Henry isn't making it to the team. But the guy who won you that match against India, Matt Henry, he did it even in his debut, 4 for 35. Same kind of thing, swing, seam, accuracy. And he is the testament to why New Zealand often do well in big tournaments. The, you may say, discipline, accuracy, something that New Zealand always seem to do in major events. Discipline and accuracy. And that's why 3 for 48 is an outstanding spell from Matt Henry. And that's why I would say that if New Zealand will have to do well in this ODI World Cup, I think you have to persist with Matt Henry. Take the big call. Either don't play Ferguson or either don't play Saudi.
But it's going to be a very tough call to leave out Saudi given the fact that these conditions do end up suiting him. And he's one of those thinking bowlers that you have. Yep. He is a smart operator, and you know that's why you see him being one of those few bowlers from New Zealand who always end up having an IPL contract also. He somehow manages to convince the IPL franchise owners as well that he's that thinking bowler, he's that smart bowler as well. Remember, he's handy with the bat as well. He is not a mug with the bat. So if you were to put all of that together, he becomes a very good package. An undroppable package rather, I would say.
Yeah, and look at the wickets that he got. Good length, in that off-stump channel, short, again angling into the stumps. He kept it stump to stump or he varied the lengths. That is what made Matt Henry so good. The classic dismissal, David Malan angling across, poke, gone.
Yeah, and also another reason why it would be hard to leave out either one of Saudi or Ferguson could be, I know that they're both fast bowlers, but their strength lies elsewhere. Both of them have different sort of strengths. If it was a Jadeja Akshar situation, then it was easy. You keep Jadeja because he's got batting. But when we look at it, it's very difficult to pick one out of Ferguson and Saudi as well.
Because if you look at it in that World Cup semi-final, who sat out? Saudi sat out.
Yeah.
Imagine dropping one of your best bowlers ever.
Exactly.
And going with Boult, Henry, Ferguson, especially 2019. And that is why I'm saying that Henry is your X factor. And in the bowling department for these kind of placid decks, you need someone like Matt Henry. You can't rely on, because Saudi is swing and seam. Boult is also swing and seam, but he's got experience of playing in all these kind of conditions also. I mean, Boult has played more IPL than Saudi for that matter. So he can have those conditions. But look at the first over. I mean, that's where the host broadcasters are showing. Look at where the length is. Good length around that off stump. And that's what worked for him. Boult, after an expensive start, by the way, came back very, very well. And that's why looking at Henry.
And that's why I sort of disagree with you, Siddharth. I still feel in that bowling lineup, I think Trent Boult is actually the X factor for New Zealand. In fact, not just in bowling, this entire New Zealand team, I think the X factor and somebody who will determine their success this World Cup is going to be Trent Boult for me.
Of course. I mean, see, 2 World Cups, 2015 and 2019. He's been your leading wicket taker for New Zealand.
And he's good here in IPL conditions as well. It's the same decks that he will continue to bowl at. For a reason, you've seen Trent Boult being used very judiciously, especially up top. He's always giving you wickets up top.
Yep. And if New Zealand can put in a good show and chase down 283, but remember, this England bowling will come at you very hard. So if they can defend this total, then that means they will actually be doing pretty well. And remember, there is the left-handers who did well. Rachin Ravindra struggled, but look at Mitchell Santner, 2 for 37. Accuracy. He doesn't rely on turn. Accuracy.
Yeah.
And that is why, before I come to all the
I think it was Besto who he very cleverly sort of deceived him in the flight and made him go for that shot, made him go for that lofted shot where he had the fielder exactly for him.
Yep. Before I make any further comments, just Harshit, look what's behind you.
Oh yes.
Before Rohit Sharma or anybody else,
I can't touch it.
We will touch it. I will touch it. So before Rohit Sharma or any of the captains can touch it, here is the World Cup for
it. Is in the Sports Today studio. Of course, it's a replica of the World Cup trophy that we managed to get over here.
Please,
it's in the studio.
All of you can touch.
Will it be coming home or not is something that the fans await.
Let us not use
it's come to the studio for now. Let's just hope it comes home as well.
Look,
I know.
Don't say home. There is no home of cricket or anything. Let the best team win.
But India is our home, no?
But you are saying World Cup should come home. Where is the home?
Home for us.
No. Again, it's the same defense kind of a situation.
There we go.
It is that same defense.
Very heavy. I thought it would be very heavy.
No.
I in fact, do you recall? I think it was one of the players who said that when you actually hold the trophy, it was much heavier than one of the Indian players expected it to be.
Yes.
Yeah, that does quite happen a lot.
Yep.
I mean,
when did this World Cup trophy get a change in 1999? Or have
see the first 83 of course, the first three editions you remember.
Yeah.
I remember seeing it like this only.
Of course,
since I was born.
I think in the new millennium, I think 2003 onwards, you've had this kind of a trophy.
Also,
99.
Imran Khan also different trophy.
Yeah, different trophy. It was a crystal trophy.
Exactly. It was a crystal trophy. You're
Just
right.
going to very carefully keep it over here.
Yeah.
Keep
By all
it here.
means.
Keep it here.
Yeah.
Yes, the trophy.
By the way, it's got the logos of all the 10 participating teams.
Yeah.
If I'll just bring it closer for you guys.
It is in the order that we said yesterday. Who's going to be in the semi-final?
There you go.
Exactly in that kind of order. India, England, Australia, New Zealand.
That's right. That's right.
Those are the top 4 teams that we had predicted that they will.
So by the way, it's got England and New Zealand, the 2019 finalists, right alongside. India, Australia, 2003. Also, they're saying both these teams could be the top 4 as well, and the finalists. Many experts, by the way, let's not forget, pointed out that India and Australia will be finalists.
Well, we hope
that's what the
so.
experts picked.
We hope so.
India and Australia.
India and Australia.
No, I agree.
Yeah, we hope so.
India and Australia, England and Australia.
India, Australia.
India, Australia. So India, England was the most popular choice, I remember. After which you were looking at India, Australia. So that was the second most popular pick, let's say.
Supposing, okay. This match has an adversarial result.
Yeah.
Supposing England doesn't go on to win. Okay, you've got New Zealand chasing it down. Are you going to change your 4?
No.
No?
Because my 4 has all of these. New Zealand, England, India and
As far
Australia.
as a final or a title contending is concerned. Because see,
No, not at all.
let us look at what has happened in the first match of each this thing when they are won. Okay.
Yeah.
Forget forget West Indies in 83. Forget West Indies in 79 and 75 because that was the first 2 World Cups. In 87, India lost the first game. Australia lost their first game in 92. Then, if look at it, Pakistan, what happened in 96?
Pakistan
I think they won.
But 92 they lost, right?
No, I'm talking about defending champions. Defending champions, first game, 96, they won. But Sri Lanka in 99 lost. Australia, 99 they won. 2003 they won. 7 they won. 11 they won. But they lost in the quarterfinals. India, what happened in 2015? They won. 15 Australia, they won. They lost the second game. Then England, if that happens, they will probably join only India as the other defending champions to have lost in their opening game. Then, if memory serves me, I don't know. I think Pakistan won all their 5 league games in 1996, if I am not mistaken. So, well, England 282 for 9, and remember at 252 for 9, we are thinking.
Very quickly, Siddharth and Gargi, quick thoughts on the score. Given the predictions that we'd gone in with, and given the way that the pitches behaved, in fact there was some assistance to the spinners as well. Would you say this is a competitive enough total, or it's below par?
I'll tell you one interesting incident when it happened. Suresh Raina had come. He's one of our experts, by the way, in this World Cup. You can catch him on all our platforms. Suresh Raina, when he came to the studio, interacted. He said, "Has Livingston come yet?" I said, "No, Livingston's yet to come. Liam Livingston." Okay, so Liam Livingston, if he's there, 350 is guaranteed. He also said, Suresh Raina also said 350 is guaranteed. But at this point in time, I will say 282, it's a recovery of sorts. Because you are 252 for 9. The last wicket yielded 30 runs at this point in time. So, if you look at it, it's kind of a recovery of sorts for India at this point. So, as for England. So, that helps in a long batting lineup. Even your number 11 can tonk a 6 in that way. So, I think it's a recovery. I will say 282 for 9 is a recovery. Competitive total, though.
Okay, it is competitive. That was Siddharth. Gargi, very quickly, is it competitive or not?
I'll have to turn my mic on.
Quickly, I'll just say it for those listening to you and us.
I honestly think it is a competitive total, because we were all looking for an aggressive England batting lineup, right? And like you said, if England can't do it, there's a slim chance anyone else will do it because the pitch is acting that way. This is not a high-scoring Ahmedabad pitch that we are used to looking at.
Yep, indeed. So we'll let Gargi go for the time being.
In fact, not just Gargi, even it turns out we'll have to shorten the broadcast for today, the stream right now, because I have to rush. So we'll keep it short and sweet this time around.
Yeah.
We will join you guys post-match. Nikhil will also be here perhaps. We'll have some of the experts as well. We'll have Harbhajan Singh, we have Sunil Gavaskar, Suresh Raina is in the house. All of these guys are going to be seeing over the next 7 weeks as we go ahead with our coverage of the World Cup. Sorry if we've not been able to take any of your comments. We just happen to be grappling with a few situations at the moment. So apologies on our part here at Sports Day. But we'll be back post-match and during the course as well. If there's anything from the Asian Games or otherwise as well happening in the world of sport, we'll be the first ones to tell you. For now, from Siddharth Vishwanath, Gargi Raut, Harshit Ahuja, bye-bye.
Bye-bye.